These stories have inspired millions of people throughout history, teaching them about faith, perseverance, hope, and courage in the face of adversity. No matter what stage of life you are in, the Bible's tales are full of examples that can boost your spirit and provide insight for the difficulties of daily life. So let's go on a journey through these amazing stories together. In this video, we will look at 7 inspirational Bible stories, each with a certain topic. From hope and faith to courage and redemption, these stories demonstrate the human spirit's endurance and God's enduring grace. Our first narrative is about Joseph, a dreamer. Joseph's life is full of treachery, pain, and ultimate redemption. Born into a large family, Joseph was his father Jacob's favorite. His brothers were envious of his favor and sold him into slavery. Consider being deceived by your own family, transferred to a distant country, and wrongfully imprisoned. However, Joseph refused to give up. Throughout it all, he maintained confidence in God. Even after being wrongfully accused and imprisoned, he refused to succumb to bitterness. Years later, Joseph was taken before Egypt's king Pharaoh because of his gift of dream interpretation. He ascended to the position of second in command under Pharaoh, and at the end of things he was reunited with his family, choosing to grant them forgiveness rather than exact revenge. The life of Joseph shows us the value of forgiving others and perseverance. It serves as a reminder that despite life's unanticipated turns, maintaining our faith and clinging on to hope can lead us toward a higher purpose. One of the most well-known characters in the Bible is Moses, whose life is marked by extraordinary bravery and fortitude. God had a unique destiny for him from the moment he was miraculously saved as an infant. God appointed Moses to lead the Israelites into the Promised Land and out of Egyptian slavery. However, Moses wasn't always a self-assured leader. "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh?" he asked himself, doubting himself. Nevertheless, God comforted him, promising to be with you. With confidence in God, Moses faced the most powerful monarch of his day and guided his people to freedom. One of the most spectacular events in the Bible is the Red Sea crossing. God split the seas when it appeared everything was lost, and the Israelites were stranded between the Egyptian army and the sea. No matter how overwhelming the task, faith can make a way where there doesn't seem to be one. Moses' faith in the face of overwhelming odds serves as a reminder of this. Goliath was a behemoth that David, the shepherd lad, had to face. The Israeli army was immobilized with dread, but David, a little kid armed only with a sling and lacking any armor or weaponry, dared to face the Goliath. The tale of Esther embodies great wisdom and calm bravery. During a period when her people were in danger of extinction, she rose from a Jewish background to become Queen of Persia. Esther faced a decision when she learned that there was a scheme to exterminate the Jews. She could either seek the king for forgiveness on behalf of her people or run the risk of dying. "Who knows whether you have come to the kingdom for such a time as this?" asked Esther's cousin Mordecai to her during a moment of intense terror. And with that, Esther discovered the guts to take action. Her bravery saved her people's lives as she bravely went up to the monarch. The strength of defending justice, even when doing so entails significant risks, is something that Esther's narrative teaches us. It serves as a reminder that occasionally we are put in trying circumstances for a higher purpose, one that has the potential to affect the lives of millions. The prodigal son story is a magnificent example of God's unfailing love and a tale of redemption. In this tale, a young guy spends all of his inheritance on careless lifestyle choices. When he goes home penniless, he expects to be rejected or punished. Rather, his father rushes over to greet him, throws his arms around him, and throws a feast to celebrate his return. This narrative illustrates God's grace by demonstrating that we are always redeemable, regardless of how far we have strayed. We are reminded by the parable of the prodigal son that it is never too late to turn back to God. It demonstrates to us that despite our countless transgressions, God's love for us never wavers and is always eager to receive us back. Ruth's tale is one of fidelity, love, and loyalty. Ruth, a Moabite, made the decision to live with her mother-in-law Naomi following the death of her husband, stating, "Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay." Ruth found a new existence because to Naomi's steadfast dedication to her during a difficult and uncertain period. Ruth's loyalty paid off when she met the compassionate and giving Boaz, who eventually became her husband. David descended from Ruth and ultimately Jesus Christ. Ruth's tale shows us the value of faithfulness in relationships and the rewards that result from upholding our promises. It demonstrates to us that there is hope and salvation available even in the worst of circumstances. Daniel's narrative demonstrates unwavering faith in the face of grave danger. Daniel's enemies tried to depose him by persuading the king to enact a rule prohibiting anybody from praying to any deity other than the monarch. Daniel was a prominent officer in the kingdom of Babylon. Daniel kept praying to God in defiance of the order, and as a result he was cast into a den of lions. Nevertheless, God closed the lions' mouths and Daniel survived. Daniel's story serves as a reminder that fear can be conquered by faith, and that we are always protected by God even in the most horrific situations. It instructs us to uphold our moral principles at all costs. These tales are not only folklore from long ago, they serve as vibrant examples of the strength of love, courage, and faith. The bravery of David, the tenacity of Joseph, or the leadership of Moses, the heroes of the Bible never cease to inspire us. Even when we don't fully comprehend God's plan, their stories inspire us to have faith in it. They teach us that we are never alone in our challenges, that we are never too tiny to make a difference, and that we are never too broken to be saved. So keep these tales in mind the next time you're faced with a struggle or are unsure of yourself. You are in the company of the same God who stood by Daniel in the lion's den, David in the battlefield, and Joseph in the pit. If you maintain your faith, miracles will also happen in your life. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that uplifts and inspires. Until next time, may you find strength and courage in the stories of faith.